from the dining room to the kitchen. I thought you'd like some liquid refreshment. She puts the tray on the small table. She lifts the glass. Mr. O'Connor, have you ever heard that song about lemonade? It's lemonade, lemonade, made in the shade and stirred with a spade. Good enough for any old maid. Jim, no ma'am. No ma'am, I never heard that one. Amanda, why are you so serious, you children? Jim says, well, we were having a serious conversation, Miss Wakefield. Amanda says, I don't understand you modern young people at all. When I was a girl, I was gay about everything all the time. Jim says, you haven't changed a bit, Mrs. Wakefield. Not a bit. Amanda says, I suppose it's the gaiety of the occasion that has rejuvenated me. But here's to the gaiety of the occasion. She lifts the glass so violently that something spills on her. Ooh, I baptized myself. She puts the glass on a small table. I found some cherries in the kitchen, some maraschino cherries. I put one in each of the glasses. Jim, you shouldn't have gone to all that trouble, Miss Wingfield. Amanda said, there was no trouble at all. Didn't you hear us tugging up in the kitchen? I was so outdone with Tom for not bringing you over sooner. But now you found your way out here. I want you to come all the time, not just once in a while, but all the time now. Oh, I think I'll go back in the kitchen now. Excuse me. She, oh, no, ma'am. Please don't go. As a matter of fact, I've got to be going myself. And I said, oh, Mr. Connor, why, it's only the shank of the evening. Jim says, well, you know how it is, Miss Wingfield. Man says, you mean you're a young working man and have to keep working man's hours? Yes, ma'am. The man says, well, we'll let you off early this time, Mr. O'Connor, but only on the condition that you stay later next time. Much later next time. What's the best night for you? Saturday night, is that the best night for you, Jim? Well, as a matter of fact, Miss Wingfield, I have a couple of time clocks to punch. One in the morning and another one at night. Man, oh, isn't that nice? You're so ambitious. You work at night, too? You work at night, too? No, man, not work, but Betty. Betty? Says the man, who's Betty? Jim, oh, just a girl. The girl that I go steady with. The man says, you mean it's serious? Jim says, oh, yes, ma'am. We're going to be married the second Sunday in June. The man sits slowly down the daybed and says, Tom didn't say anything at all about you going to be married, Mr. O'Connor. Jim says sheepishly, well, the cats are not out of the bag at the warehouse yet, Miss Wingfield. He picks his head up from the telephone table. You know how they are at a place where you work. They call you Romeo and stuff like that. It's been a wonderful evening, Miss Wingfield. I guess this is what they mean by Southern hospitality, huh? The man says, it was nothing at all. Jim says, I hope it don't seem like I'm rushing off, but I promised Betty I'd pick her up at the Wabash Depot. By the time I get my jalopy down there, the train will be in. You know, some women are pretty upset if you keep them waiting. Man says, yes, I know all about the tyranny of women. Well, goodbye, Mr. O'Connor. She puts her hand out and he takes it. I wish you happiness and good fortune. You wish him that too, don't you, Laura? You wish him happiness and good fortune, don't you, Laura? Laura says, yes, I do, Mama. Jim crosses to Laura. Goodbye, Laura. I'll always treasure that souvenir you gave me. And don't you forget the good advice that I gave you. He shouts, so long, Shakespeare. Thanks again, ladies. Good night. He grins and ducks jauntily out of the kitchen door. There's a pause, and the man does distinctly. Well, well, well. Things have a way of turning out so badly. Laura's crosses the phonograph. She puts on one of the old records. The man says, I don't believe that I would play the phonograph now, Laura. Well, well. Our gentleman caller was engaged to be married. Tom! Tom calling from the kitchen. What, Mother? Man says, come out here. I want to tell you something very funny. Tom enters from the kitchen door through the portiere and says, has the gentleman caller gotten away already? Amanda says, the gentleman caller made a very early departure. That was a nice joke you played on us, too. Tom says, how do you mean? Amanda says, you didn't mention that he was engaged to be married. Jim, engaged. Amanda says, that's what he just informed us. Tom says, how did you? I didn't know about that. Amanda says, it seems very peculiar to me that you didn't know about that. What's peculiar about it, Mother? Didn't you tell me he was your best friend down at the warehouse? He is, but how did I know that he was engaged to be married? Amanda says, it seems very peculiar you didn't know your best friend was engaged to be married. Tom says, the warehouse is the place where I work, Mother, not where I know things about people. Amanda says, you don't know things anywhere. You live in a dream. You manufacture illusions. He started toward the door. Where are you going now? Where are you going? Tom says, I'm going to the movies. Amanda says, that's right. Now the two had us make such fools of ourselves. The effort, the preparations, all the expense, the new floor lamp, the rug, the clothes for Laura, all for what? To entertain some other girl's fiancé? Go to the movies, go to the movies. Don't think about us. A mother deserted, an unmarried sister who's crippled and has no job. Don't let anything interfere with your selfish pleasure. Just go to the movies, go to the movies. All right, I will. And the more you shout to me about my selfish pleasures, the quicker I'll go. And I won't go to the movies either. Gets his hat from the phone table, slams out. The man who follows him out on the fire escape and shouts to him, go then. Then go to the moon, you selfish dreamer. She closes the door on the interior. The interior scene is in pantomime. Tom speaks from the fire escape. Tom says, I didn't go to the moon. I went much further. For time is the longest distance between two places. I left St. Louis. I descended these steps of the fire escape for the last time and followed from then on in my father's footsteps, trying to find in motion what was lost in space. I traveled around a great deal. The city swept about me like dead leaves, leaves that were brightly colored but torn away from the branches. I would have stopped, but I was pursued by something. It always came upon me unawares, taking me altogether by surprise. Perhaps it was a familiar bit of music, perhaps it was only a piece of transparent glass. Perhaps I am walking along the street at night in some strange city before I found companions, and I passed the lighted window of a shop where perfume is sold. The window is filled with pieces of colored glass, tiny transparent bottles in delicate colors, like bits of a shattered rainbow. Then all at once my sister touches my shoulder. I turn around and look into her eyes. Oh, Laura, Laura, I tried to leave you behind me, but I'm more faithful than I intended to be. I reach for a cigarette. I cross the street. I run into a movie or a bar. I buy a drink. I speak to the nearest stranger. Anything that can blow your candles out. But nowadays the world is lit by lightning. Blow out your candles, Laura, and so goodbye.